Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to be sharing some Easter and spring DIYs and I hope you all like this. There's going to be something for everyone. I'm going to be taking these two paints. One's territorial beige and one is ivory. I'm going to be using the Dollar Tree. It looks like a cutting board and I'm going to use the back of it. So the image I printed out and I searched for free printables and I'm trying to match it, so I mix a little bit of the territorial beige with the ivory. So I'm going to be using these Dollar Tree carrots, but I don't like the way they look, so I'm going to take some of this orange yarn and rewrap them and pull out the green and replace it with some Dollar Tree floral stems that I just cut pieces out of. I thought I was going to be using 3, but I changed it at the end and I used 2 and add a little greenery. I'll be starting off by placing a little bit of glue and then start wrapping the yarn around and placing little dots of glue to hold it in place. Now I'm going to be placing that green part of the flower right inside with a little bit of glue. So I'm going to take this image and use the Mod Podge, place it down on the little cutting board. Try to make sure it's centered and even, so because once you place it, you know, if you take it off, it might rip. I'm going to place a coat of Mod Podge over the top, just one layer. And this is how it looks. It looks really cute. Now I'm going to take that carrot that I wrapped with yarn and I'm going to take my hot glue gun and place it right on top. And I think this came out so adorable. So now I'm going to take this Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm just going to put it to the top where the little hole is and just create a little hanger. This was really quick and easy and it really came out adorable. I also added 4 thumbtacks around the image and I changed it up a bit and I think it looks really cute. All right, DIY number 2, I took this Dollar Tree little wood basket and I wanted to do something with it because Easter's around the corner. I'm trying to eliminate most of my Easter supplies. I mean, I have so many. So I'm going to take this turquoise and white, I'm going to mix them together to get a lighter color and I'm going to start painting. I'm going to paint the little bow at the top the same color. Now I'm going to take this pink paint and I'm going to paint the remaining of the wood basket. I want to make this vintage looking, so I'm going to be using this antique wax. So I'm going to be using this fabric that I got from Joann's Fabric. I'm going to place the basket over the fabric and get an idea of how big of a circle that I need to cut. So I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree poster board and I'm going to put the fabric on top of it. So I'm going to hot glue the fabric to the poster board. Now I'm just going to hot glue down the poster board to the back. So I want to use some moss, so I took this Dollar Tree moss and I'm going to take a few pieces and use my hot glue gun to place it down. Now I'm going to be using these Dollar Tree styrofoam eggs I got from the craft area, and I cut them in half. I'm going to be using 3. I painted the other 2. One was yellow and light pink, and then this one's going to be a very light blue. So I'm going to be applying this antique wax over the eggs as well because we want to make this vintage. So I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree lacy ribbon, and I'm just going to hot glue that around the middle of the eggs, some a little higher, some a little lower, so they're a little bit different. Now I'm going to be placing them down right over the moss, and that is it. And the bow I made, there's 2 from Dollar Tree and 1 was from Hobby Lobby, and I just put them together. And I think this came out so adorable, so cute. Alright, for DIY number 3, I'm taking this Dollar Tree wood frame and this Dollar Tree wood rabbit, and I'm going to be painting the wood frame burnt umber, and I'm taking this moss color and I'm going to be painting the outside trim of the wood rabbit. Now I'm going to finish painting the little wood piece with the burnt umber. I'm going to paint the inside and the outside. Now I'm going to take this Hobby Lobby craft paper and I'm just going to place that over the bunny, but right now I'm getting an idea of what I need to cut. I'm going to use Mod Podge to apply the craft paper. So I'm going to apply a coat of Mod Podge over the top. So I'm going to be using this fabric that I got from Joann's Fabric, and I'm just going to place it right on the backing of the frame. Going to use my hot glue gun to place it down. So now I'm going to put everything back together. Change up the bow. I don't use that one at the end. Now I'm going to hot glue the little rabbit on the edge, not quite inside. I don't want it laying inside. I'm going to be using this cotton ball as the rabbit's tail, and I'm just going to place it down with some hot glue. And this is how it turned out. I think it came out super cute. I took Dollar Tree flowers and this Dollar Tree tin pan, and I'm going to be using these 2 paints together, the French and the ivory color. I'm going to mix them together. I will be applying 2 coats. Now I'm going to be using this printable that I got from Graphics Fairy. It's a free download, and I'm going to place that right in the middle with Mod Podge. But first I'm going to take these Dollar Tree purple flowers and I'm going to place them in the burlap, and then they're going to be placed on the side of the tray. And I'm just cutting a few pieces right now. So now I'm bunching them together. I also added some Walmart greenery, and I'm going to tie it off with some string. Now I'm going to take a piece of this burlap. Actually got this from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to cut a piece because I'm going to place the flowers inside and create like a flower sack, if that makes sense. So now I have it where I want it, and I'm going to take some jute twine and tie it off at the top, and then I'm going to bend the bottom portion and then hot glue that part. Now I'm going to place down the image with some Mod Podge. Now I'm placing down the image a little bit towards the right because I need a little room to place the flowers down on the left-hand side. So I'm coating the whole entire tray and the image with the Mod Podge. Now I'm taking that flower sack, and I need it to fit on the side of the tray, so I'm going to have to trim the burlap, and then once I trim it, I'm going to tuck it in back with some hot glue. Now I'm going to use the hot glue to place it on the tray. So I took some jute twine and created a little tiny bow, and I'm just going to hot glue it down. So I want to give the tray a little purple tint, so I'm taking these two colors together. I'm not sure how to say that purple name, tanzanite, and some ivory. And I'm just going to use my chippy brush and just lightly place a little bit here and there, not too much. I think this came out absolutely gorgeous. I love it how it came out. I took these Dollar Tree eggs and the Dollar Tree candle holder and these Dollar Tree window clings and the Dollar Tree glass vase. So I'm going to take the window cling and place it on the glass vase. It pretty much stayed. I didn't really have to put anything on it for now. I want to be able to use the glass vase in other DIYs coming up, so I didn't want to put Mod Podge. Alright, so I'm going to start off with these little flowers I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to pluck the ends of them and throw them inside the vase to fill up the bottom part of the glass jar. If you guys don't have eggs or you don't want to do it this way, you could certainly fill it up with all flowers, and it's very pretty as well. I'm going to be taking those Dollar Tree eggs and placing them inside, right on top of those little flowers, and they come out so pretty, so colorful. It makes a very pretty Easter centerpiece. And then I'm going to place these little pink flowers inside as well, and then I'm going to also take the yellow flower and place that in the back. In the end, I do place them down a little further into the jar. So I wanted to add a little bit of color on the top rim, so I'm going to take this pink paint and just apply a little bit around the top of the rim of the glass. Now I'm placing the flowers back inside, and then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and place the vase on top of the candle holder. I do add a little bow with a little flower in the middle to the candle holder off camera. And this is how it came out. I think it came out very pretty for Easter. I'm taking this blue cotton paint and I'm going to paint it over this piece of wood that I had in my stash. All right, I'm going to take this cute little image that I found on clip art. It's free, and I'm going to Mod Podge it to the piece of wood. This little bunny is so stinking cute. Look at his little butt with his little bunny tail. So now I just have to wait for the Mod Podge to dry, and then I'm going to be placing down the little bunny tail, and I'm going to create it with a little cotton ball, and just put a little bit of this trim that I got from Hobby Lobby around it. Now I'm going to place it down with some hot glue. I had to trim it a little bit because it was too big. I added a couple Dollar Tree pearls around the rabbit's neck off camera. Now I'm going to be adding a bow. I already made one. I took some Dollar Tree and some Hobby Lobby ribbon and just created a little cute little bow to match it. And I'm not going to be able to put it in front because the image is kind of large, so I'm going to put it off to the corner. And this is how it turned out. It came out so cute. I took this Dollar Tree little wood piece and I removed some of the wording on it, and I'm going to paint it with the white chalk paint. Now I'm going to paint these Dollar Tree bunnies with the truffle color. Now I'm going to mix these two colors because I don't have any orange paint, and I'm going to take these two wood carrots that I got from Target Dollar Spot. In the end, I decided not to use them, and I just used two regular Dollar Tree carrots. Now I'm going to be taking this craft paper I got from Hobby Lobby. I already pre-cut it. I'm going to put it right on the side, and I'm going to use the glue stick. Okay, now I'm going to take those wood carrots and I'm going to hot glue them to each end. So I used my Cricut and spelled out bunny trail, and I'm just going to place it right on the side of the wood. So now I'm going to be placing some little bows around the rabbit, and they're going to be different. Right now I'm using a Hobby Lobby ribbon, and I'm going to hot glue it around the rabbit and then place a little tiny bow tie on front of his neck. So I'm hot gluing back their little bunny tails that they originally came with, and then placing them on top of the board. Alright, so place them on the board. I'm just using some hot glue. I think this came out really cute. I decided to use the chocolate color paint because I wanted chocolate bunnies. I love chocolate. and I think the pink and the chocolate color goes very nicely. And this is how it came out. I think it's adorable. All right, DIY number 8. I took this Dollar Tree canvas that I took apart. I'm going to be using the canvas part in the Dollar Tree frame, and I printed out some rabbit silhouettes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the frame apart and use the backing of it, and I'm going to place the canvas on top, trace it, cut it, and then hot glue it down. Now I'm going to use Mod Podge to place the image down on the canvas, and this comes out so cute. To seal it in, I'm applying Mod Podge over the top of the rabbit. So I laid the second image down, and I'm doing the same thing, applying Mod Podge over the top. Now I'm going to place it back into the frame, and this comes out so stinking cute. Very easy to do. Print out some silhouette rabbits, throw them in a frame, and you got yourself really pretty Easter decor. And this is how it turned out. So cute. All right, last DIY, I took this Dollar Tree egg, and I'm going to be using the back, and I'm starting off with this moss, yellow and white. Going to mix it because I want a lighter color. So I'm going to give it about 2 coats. All right, I'm going to be using this ivory color, and I'm going to be making a few dots with this color, and it comes out so pretty. I'm not worried about them being perfect because I will touch it up with the paint after. So I'm just using my paintbrush to fill in the dots. Now I'll be using Dollar Tree Pretty Flowers, and I'm going to decorate the egg with this. So I'm going to start cutting them, and then I'm going to place them together. I'm going to be using these Hobby Lobby little wood letters, and I'm going to spell out the word spring, but I'm going to keep it natural. I'm not going to paint it. So I'm just going to place it down with a little bit of glue. Now I'm going to be cutting down the flowers. So I put the flowers together, and I put a little lacy herb. It's like a white clear bow in the middle, and I twisted it with some jute twine and tied it together. Now I'm going to hot glue it to the egg. I think this is so pretty. The color of the egg and the color of the flowers and the combination looks so pretty. Alright, so I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree ribbon, and I'm going to create a pretty bow. I'm going to take 2 pieces and create a circle, and hot glue them together. Get some tails and just going to put them all together and hot glue it to the top of the egg, and this came out so pretty. I had to use a zip tie to hold them all together because the jute twine was not holding it. Alright, so I'm just going to place the hot glue at the top, place the bow over, and this is it. This came out so beautiful. I love this little piece. I'm really impressed how it came out. The green and the purple and the blue, the combination just looks so pretty. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you. Bye bye.